wishes come or turn away, whether I live for a million years or I face death this very day.
For living beings of the world, feelings of friendship may I show. For willful creatures from my heart, may stream of kindness ever flow.
May I never endure a life of lying, may I never think, not wanting others' wealth and spouse, contentment nectar may I drink.
We're here celebrating Lord Mahavir's birthday, and the Ahimsa Foundation, who's celebrating, nonviolence, peace, the traditions of Mahatma Gandhi that we all live by and are inspired by. And as Dr. Jain correctly pointed out, Mahatma Gandhi inspired Dr. Martin Luther King and all the other nonviolent leaders that followed and really helped achieve, world peace. Of course, we're all in mourning from the attack yesterday, the hate attack against African Americans in Buffalo. Just yesterday, it's almost when will the violence stop? If everybody followed, the teachings of Lord Mahavir and Mahatma Gandhi, we wouldn't have these terrible incidents of gun violence and hate, motivated by hate. That's the worst type of gun violence. One day it's against one community, another day it's against another community, and it's so important that we all speak out loudly whenever there's a hate against one group. It's really a hate against all of us. So again, so happy to be here participating in this very important function here at the embassy.
My special greetings on the occasion of Mahavir Janma Kalyanak, which happens to be his birthday. The birthday happened a few days back, but we have got together in this setting today. Thank you to Ahimsa Foundation and Dr. Neeta Jain for celebrating Ahimsa, violence and teachings of Lord Mahavir. We celebrate Mahavir Jan Kalyanak every year, but this year it happens to be important and special, for we are celebrating 75 years of India's independence. And when you celebrate your freedom and independence as a modern nation, it's about your success and achievements as a modern nation, but at the same time, it's also about nourishing and recalling all your ancient values, thought, traditions, and that is where the teachings of Lord Mahavir comes in. I have a special affinity with Lord Mahavir. I am from the same town where he was born 2,500 years ago. And even though I'm not a Jain by religion, but he is my teacher. And maybe he's teacher to many more across the world. If we follow his teachings of nonviolence, of truthfulness, of compassion, kindness, unity, togetherness, I think we'll solve many of the challenges that afflict modern society today. From environmental stress to climate change problems, to lack of harmony in society, and all the challenges that grip us today. Let us all get together. We have a lot of technology, a lot of wealth, a lot of material progress in our lives, and also a lot of knowledge and teaching. of great men and women, Lord Mahavir being one, from various parts of the world. As a global community, we have a lot of it, but it's important to recall them and realize how important it is for social progress, for social harmony, and for the world to move on. So let us come together to celebrate Ahimsa. Let us walk on the path shown by Lord Mahavir so that we can build a better today and a better tomorrow for all of us. Thank you once again, Dr. Neeta Jain, for this beautiful function. And I must recognize the presence of my dear colleague, Deputy Consul General of Israel, a great friend of India, our distinguished political leaders and friends of India, and all the distinguished members of the Indian American community. Each day, you add so much to celebrate India's US special ties and to make this world a better place for one and all. Jai Janendra, thank you very much.
Our independence came to us through a non-violence movement, which was further followed by Martin Luther King Jr. for his civil rights movement and Nelson Mandela. So we are here now. We have to pledge to ourselves to take this further, to take it to our communities, to take it to our next generation, and tell them how important it is to practice nonviolence. Once again, welcome to all, and thank you so much for being here. And I want to congratulate our all three honorees for today right now, Professor Jeffrey Long, Dr. Subhash Jain, and Haridas Kotawala. I call him uncle, so it always comes Haridas uncle. So thank you once again.
Well, to start with, I would like to thank Dr. Neeta Jain and the Ahimsa Foundation for inviting me. It's really a great thing that 599 BC, a person who born 2,600 years ago, has given the message, which is still it is true for today's day. That unbelievable. And his message after 12 years of his tapasya is very simple. Do not harm plants, do not harm animals, and do not harm human beings. And look at this thing, do not harm plants. That gives us message for our environmental control, green pasture of the world. Do not harm animals. That gives you a great excuse to be healthy and be vegetarian. And do not harm human being, because we all know we always respect others as you expect from others. And that's the only way you can grow together and make a big difference. And this message gave us freedom in 1947 because of Mahatma Gandhi's non-violence movement. This message gave us freedom from the slavery to the black Americans and all the rights to the black Americans, equal rights to the black Americans by Martin Luther King. And this same message gave South African a freedom from the apartheid. And that shows that this message has a lot of value, lot of power, and this message can lead to a stoppage of the Russia-Ukraine war and the peace in the world. So let's hope for that. And Dr. Nita, and on behalf of Parikh Worldwide Media, ITV Gold, which is my philanthropic activities. I'm a medical doctor, but this is my philanthropic activity, which I enjoy. You can always count on us, and you can always count on me personally. And Jai Janendra, thank you very much.
I want to speak today, of course, on Ahimsa. That is what we are here to celebrate today. Ahimsa is often translated as nonviolence, but that English word nonviolence does not quite do justice to the depth of the concept of Ahimsa. Ahimsa is nonviolence in thought, word, and action toward all living beings. It's a positive desire to see all living beings thrive and be happy. Ahimsa is the primordial ethical principle, the foundation on which all of morality is based. From the desire to see living beings thrive and be happy stems the responsibility to ensure that this desire is fulfilled, and that in our personal conduct, we refrain as much as humanly possible from causing harm to others. The foundational nature of Ahimsa as an ethical principle is expressed in the Sanskrit phrase, which Neetaji also used in her remarks, Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Ahimsa is the supreme duty. It is also reflected in the fact that the Jain, Hindu, and Buddhist traditions all list Ahimsa first among the moral duties, as having priority even over such central principles as truth, or satya, or non-stealing, asteya. Ahimsa is foundational to all these other virtues. For if one does not wish to harm others, one will of course also not wish to lie to them or steal from them, and so on. Ahimsa is the original moral principle. Ahimsa is to be directed again to all living beings. It's not limited to our own family or our friends. It's not limited to the fellow adherents of our religion or our philosophy or our political views. It's not limited only to members of one's own ethnic group or nationality. It's not even limited to human beings. It is to be extended to all living beings. If our Ahimsa is arbitrarily limited, if we love only those who are like us in some fashion, this is not true Ahimsa. This is simply a sentiment, and it stems from our attachment to, ultimately, to our own ego. This false Ahimsa is really an extension of egotism. It's something we need to overcome and replace with true Ahimsa. The roots of true Ahimsa are in the very nature of existence. This is expressed in many ways by the great spiritual traditions of the world. For the Jain tradition, it is expressed in terms of the empathy we feel for other souls, other jivas, other living beings. All
wishing you, of course, because I want to thank you, first of all, Dr. Jain, for inviting me and for your friendship and this wonderful relationship that you're building between, first of all, between the Indian American community and the Jewish community, but also with the State of Israel. Our collaboration with you, Ambassador, of course, is we're grateful for the friendship, and we're very proud of our shared values with the United States, values that are based on democracy, on freedom. I think that this event actually is a triangle. It is a collaboration. It is a very, it is dear to my heart. It is dear to our heart as the representatives of the State of Israel here. of our shared values of the United States, the greatest democracy, India, the oldest and the most, the largest democracy actually in the world, and humbly the State of Israel as a very proud democracy.
Presentation. More than that, it is a celebration for the non-violence. As we all know, the whole world will be better off today in this difficult situation what we are going through right now if we use the word non-violence for everybody. That's going to be delightful. I'm also thankful to my wife, who has promoted all my life to continue perform the best I can, as well as the path of my after retirement. She continued to support my activities for the international human benefit services. I am also very thankful to Dr. Neeta Jain for choosing the path of nonviolence and promoting nonviolence. It's a great honor for me to thank Dr. Neeta Jain and the organization what she is able to do in last 10 years.
Be here. On behalf of my community in Queens, my community in New York City, we take pride in being a nonviolent group. I have the pleasure of being a district leader along with Dr. Neeta Jain. What I've learned from her is that we can all be compassionate, we can all be helpful, we can all be proud of being people. And if we learn nonviolence, truth, non-stealing, all the principles that we've learned here today, we will all be better human beings. Thank you really very much for your friendship, for allowing me to speak on behalf of the Jewish Community Relations Council. Have a wonderful day and keep the peace. Thank you.
York City, Indian American community, and beyond. I want to say a special thank you to one of my district leaders, Neeta Jain, Dr. Jain. It is a testament to Dr. Jain how we see such a diverse coalition of people here today, from our Jewish community to Consul General Nitzan and to another one of our esteemed district leaders and my friend Shimi Pellman, and so many. And as we gather today is especially meaningful and especially important for all of us to be here together. I want to express my condolences to the 27 a number of Indians who perished from a fire, I think last night, a few hours ago, and our hearts and prayers go out to their families. And I also want to express condolences. We can remain watchful about the situation in our own home state of Buffalo, New York, where there was a massacre pretty much by an 18-year-old. And so what we are hearing in the news and the constant display of violence, growing racism, from anti-Semitism to anti-Asian hate is something that our communities will not stand for. And that's why it's so important for us to stand together. And I'm grateful to be here with all of you because there's no time more important than now for us to stand together. Our diverse communities stand together against hate. If there's discrimination against one community, we must speak out because today it will be one community and tomorrow it could be another. And so I'm really grateful to be here today. I'm proud to represent a district in parts of Queens, New York. I hope it will stay that way. We'll find out this week. But either way, I am here for you and look forward to continuing our work together. The past few years as we come out of the pandemic has been really difficult, reading about so many issues and how people have suffered and how violence and extremism has increased. But one of the good things I will say is that we have seen different coalitions being built and expanded, and it's important that we strengthen these partnerships as we combat hate and discrimination, because that's really how we're going to make progress by working together. So thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Michelle Delafave, and I'm honored to sing our national anthem. But most of all, I think this is so important for humanity, especially at this time, to spread the philosophy of love and peace and nonviolence. And only we can do that individually as we start within, and then it becomes all a part of all humanity. Peace and love to you all. Thank you.
My name is Haridas Kotawala, and Azadi ke Amrit Mahotsav par I congratulate Neetaji for this organizing this function on the message of Lord Mahavir, and we really feel very confident about this Shanti, peaceful Shanti, and thank you very much.
So I'm very grateful. My name is Jeffrey Long. I'm a professor of religion and Asian studies at Elizabethtown College in Pennsylvania. And I do research on the Jain tradition, Hindu traditions, other Indian traditions. I'm very grateful to be here today. It's always an honor to be at the Indian Consulate, and especially on a day celebrating Ahimsa, celebrating nonviolence, which is something the world desperately needs now. So I'm honored to be here and to be invited to speak and play some small part in this wonderful celebration. Jeffery, Long, Long.
My name is Subhash Jain, and I'm very pleased to be here. And the Consulate and Neetaji has done phenomenal job here. And I wish everybody a happy Mahavir Jayanti, as well as the concept of non-violence to promote throughout the world. And that is my wish, that because that covers everybody and every aspect of our life, and non-violence is the key. Thank you very much.
I'm Dr. Neeta Jain, founder and president of International Ahimsa Foundation, Inc. We are here at the Indian Consulate in Manhattan, New York. Today we have celebrated Mahavir Jayanti, Lord Mahavira's 20th birth anniversary. Plus, we also celebrated 75th anniversary of India's Independence Day today, right here in this beautiful ballroom, where lots of community leaders and the elected officials joined us. First of all, I would like to mention Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney. She was here with us. Congresswoman Grace Meng was here with us. Assemblyman David Wapron was here with us. And District Leader Shimi Pelman, Deputy Consul General of Israel, Israeli Nidza was here, plus our own Consul General, Ambassador Randeep Jaiswalji, with all the elected guests from the community leaders. My God, this ballroom was full of energy when we celebrated Ahimsa and peace. Peace is a very big in need for today's world, as we all know. And Lord Mahavir said it's more than 2,500 years ago that Ahimsa Parmo Dharma. Ahimsa means non-violence is a supreme dharma. Non-violence is a supreme religion for human being. If we have mutual understanding, if we have mutual respect, and if we have mutual acceptance, we would accomplish peace and non-violence in this world. We can make this world a beautiful place to live for our next generations. And we also have lots of children came and performed here on peace celebration. So thank you so much, ITV Gold. Dr. Sudhir Parekh was one of the speakers at this event. And I thank you, ITV Gold and Parekh Media, for covering this event. It's a very important message to give out to everybody. Please be peaceful, live in peace, breathe peace, and happy, live after. Thank you.